good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Um, man, wow. Let me see how can I do this, cause um, I don't think y'all gonna be able to hear this through this microphone. But man, I want to give
21 ways to know for sure
a shout out to my buddy Everett Overton, man. This brother he just dropped a video, 21 ways to identify a ran through woman. Oh, y'all see my new green screen. I was playing around with YouTube and I saw this arrow and I said, oh, I can put a green screen up, you know, look, got a picture of myself. I said, oh yeah, let me do that. Yeah, let me do that. Get y'all out of my business. This is what I'm going to start doing hey, Lauren, thank you for joining me. You're the first one up in here today. This is what I'm going to start doing from now on is putting me a green screen up. I didn't know you could do that on YouTube. And I was about to spend some money to get me one of them things, one of them backdrops or whatever it is. But look, you can do this on YouTube. But anyway, man, y'all check out a lot of you young brothers. Man, check out Everett Overton, Coach E. Let me show you. Let me show you what his because I don't think you're gonna be able to hear. This is him right here. See, it won't even show. I can't even show his name. But there we go. A little bit. Okay? This is the guy. Man, y'all check this brother out. Check him out. Especially you young brothers out there. Now, listen to me. If you sensitive fellas, that ain't the dude for you, because you'll go up in there and get your feelings hurt. For real. Okay? If you sensitive. Everett, thank you. Everett Overton. That is EVERETT. You got the last name right. EVERETT. Another T goes on that. Lauren, thank you. Yeah, another T goes on Everett. Man, check that brother out. For a lot of you young brothers. Matter of fact, put at Everett Overton in the comments for me so you can see I'm talking about it. Okay? So tag him. Put at Everett Overton so he can see. Man, y'all check this brother out. He just dropped a new video of 21 ways to identify a ran through woman. Okay? He just dropped that video. 21 ways to identify a ran through. Some of that stuff is hilarious too, and it's true. Some of it is hilarious. So, fellas, please, all you young, and some of you old heads, man, y'all go listen to that brother, okay? Because he definitely will put you on to some game, okay? That is what he's going to do. He's going to put you on to some game. Okay, now because I got my new green screen up here, I got me a new green screen. I didn't know that you could do that on YouTube that you could actually put a green screen up behind you. I bet you a lot of y'all didn't even know that can go live. Okay, and then I saw some of the pictures. I can use different photos in my in my photo catalog. To that's a photo. I just made this particular picture was an idea that I sent to make your next destination Dubai. So I've often put that out there, but I never put a photo with it. So I just said, you know what? Let them see what I look like. They might like it. But anyway, man, what are you enabling in your life? Seriously, what is it that you are enabling in your life? Are you enabling confusion, drama, chaos? Are you enabling that in your life? You know, people can talk to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way, say anything they want to you. Are you enabling that? Are you enabling the distrust that's in your life? See, because a lot of this stuff can't exist if you don't agree with it. And I got this question because this morning I was talking about the people that was enabling Trump. And I'm like, what are people really enabling in their life? Let's take it out of politics. You know, are you enabling poverty in your life because of your mindset, because of what you're doing and how you're thinking and how you're talking? Are you enabling some of the things that's going on in your life? Because if you weren't, they wouldn't be there. Let me say that again. See, if you were not enabling a lot of this stuff, it wouldn't be in your life because it wouldn't have no place to fit. It's just that simple. And listen, y'all, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. Don't have a degree in psychology. All right. This is entertainment only. Okay. So if you wanna, if it sound good to you, fine. If it don't, it's okay. All right. And let me be specific about that because it's a lot of people out here that be trying to throw stumbling blocks in your way. And I just see a lot of this stuff. You notice that a lot of people have a script when they go live. If God give me something to talk about, I don't have a script. Man, I just go off of what drops into my spirit to talk to people about. And that's how I approach this because I want to be as genuine as I possibly can without seeming like uh, I'm because it's nothing more irritating that when let me show you when somebody talking to you and you see them hands down, they got to look at what they're talking about, and they got notes that they're following. I'm not. I don't have no notes, man. If God tell me to talk about something, then He gonna put what to say in my mouth, and that's just how I deal with it, and that's how I try to come across as genuine as I possibly can. All right. That man, I'm telling you, I like. Oh, man, I got a new wrinkle on my brain. God done put a new wrinkle on my brain. Florida is in the house. Yeah, tell me where you're from, man. I got 7 people up in here. Lauren out of Florida, she's in the house. I'm telling you, what's going on, boy? Where you from? Yeah, I'm Toby. I'll be Toby. I sure will. That ain't no insult to me. Not at all. Where you from? Tell me where you're from so I can give you a shout out. All right. Yeah, tell me where y'all from, man, so I can give y'all a shout out. But seriously, seriously, um, what see, I'm gonna tell you something. You might pick the wrong time. You might have picked the wrong time to come up in here acting crazy because I do have one of my moderators. Oh yeah, Lauren, he got to go. That's a troll. That's a troll. All right, block them. Block them. That's a troll. That is a troll. Okay, that's definitely a troll. So you out. Okay, that's how quick we gonna get rid of you. Uh Matter of fact, let me go on hide you. Okay, all right. Now hide that. Don't time them out. Hide that one. uh, but yeah, that's one of my trolls, man. Yeah, I got a lot of people that just sit back and all they want to do is just throw insults. They enjoy me so much. They'll go out and they this person might have 2 or 3 different profiles on YouTube, and that they'll come right back up in here. I mean, serious. That's how serious and deep they are. But no, seriously. A lot of people, and the reason that I'm talking about this is because we getting ready to face some real difficult times because of this conflict that we're in. See, this is just 10 days in. So the effects of that haven't really filtered down. But in a month or so, see, we're gonna start seeing the impact of this chaos that we got going on. And then, you know, you're gonna find out what you made out of. See, you really don't know who you are until you face some adversity. And let me say it again. You really don't know who you are until you face some adversity. When you have to come face to face with adversity, that's what's going to tell you what you made out of. Because either you're going to stand up and fight or you're going to throw in the towel and run. Those are the only 2 options you got when adversity comes. Okay? When it really hit your wallet, see, adversity can hit rich people right now. They might take a hit, but it ain't gonna destroy them. It's not gonna interfere with their lifestyle. They might have to pay a little bit more, but they can afford it because they got so much money. But when the middle and the low income people, oh man, them folks that living paycheck to paycheck, you got a lot of middle class people who call themselves middle class living from paycheck to paycheck. And when that money gets attacked, then you're going to find out who you really are. When your resources come under attack, when you don't know how you're going to pay your bills, you don't even know how you're going to get no food, that's what's going to show you who you are. It's just that simple. Okay? Well, a lot of people live outside their means because they're trying to impress. That's why a lot of people live outside their means because they're trying to be impressive. Okay? Man, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. I can't do it. I can't do it now. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Um, let me show you. Let's look. See that this is when I ran for mayor. Right here, this article. It's when I ran for mayor back in '94. Okay, that's me and Marion Barry. I ran against him for mayor of Washington D.C. This is YouTube. You actually can take your pictures and make you a background on YouTube. I didn't know that. This is a new wrinkle on my brain. Let me show y'all. That's my mama right there. That's my mom. That's my mama right there. My late mom. That's her. Okay? You can actually make different pictures. So those wait a minute, hold on. Ooh. Let me show you another one. Hold on. Let me see. Let me nah, let me I'm gonna have to play with this another time. I ain't gonna play with that. That's my mama, man. That's my mama in the background right there. Okay, that's my mama. Let me go back to my original. But you can now with a green screen, or you can just make it plain, or it'll be just that green. It'll be a green screen. But when I saw the pictures, different pictures down there, I said, let me try this. I like that. But what are you enabling in your life? What are you unhappy about in your life that you want to try to let me see what we got. Hey, show us a pic of you. Shit, you ain't got enough money. I'm gonna show that message. You ain't got enough money to see that pic. No. Whoever this is that's talking about you out of here. That's perverted. That is perverted. Good morning, good afternoon. Wherever you may be in the world. That's real perverted. This person right here. Talking about you like little boys. That's your problem. But you out of here. You out of here. Get you out of here. What's going on, Bernie? Oh, and listen, and I told y'all about the messages that the things about Everett. Man, he got that. But Bernie, this guy right here, Bernie LCC, is the sponsor of a lot of content that Everett do. He sponsors it. Okay, Bernie actually sponsors a lot of Everett's content. Yeah, there are many days that I would not have made it if it wasn't for this brother right here, Bernie and Everett. Matter of fact, Bernie met me through Everett. But them two guys and Laura are some of my biggest supporters. My biggest supporters. Okay? That's why I'm able to still do what I'm doing. This is why. Okay? But he is one of the sponsors of a lot of content from Everett. And y'all need to check that brother out. Okay? Check that brother out. Check him out. Okay? Check not Bernie, but check out Everett. Man, go. I told you, he just dropped a video because I got this green screen now. It ain't gonna let me show it, but man, he just dropped a video of 21 ways to know if a woman been ran through. 21 different ways to know if to identify a ran through woman. 21 different ways. Okay? Check him out. A lot of you, and like I told you, fellas, if you're sensitive, he might not be for you. Because if you go in there sensitive, you're going to get your feelings hurt. It's just that simple. Oh, see, he said Bernie just said they got a season coming up with 10 episodes. Okay? It's 39 degrees. Man, we was 80 degrees today. Tanya, we were 80 degrees today. 80. Yeah, and you talking about 39? Oh my God. Hey Bernie, what is this that season coming up with 10 episodes? What is the name of it if you can share that? If you can share that. Man, tell people what's the name of it, man. So cause I'll definitely promote it for you, man. I have no problem promoting what y'all trying to do. And if that's 10 episodes, man, that's gonna be off the chain. Okay, so let me be the first one to break. Yeah, let me be the first one. Tell them what's the name of the episode. What y'all gonna be dealing with? What kind of topics are you gonna be dealing with, Bernie? If you're still there, if that's something that you can share, TC, give you a little info. It's gospel related. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's gonna. Hey man, I'm gonna promote it. When it come on, when do you think it's gonna kick off? I'll promote it. I will definitely promote it for you, man. You got my support. Okay? You got my support. You definitely got my support. Okay? You definitely got my support. No joke. I'll be happy. I'll be happy to promote it for you. End of this month through April, boy, that's gonna be live. The end of this month. So the end of this month, man, y'all check him out. He's gonna have um he's gonna have uh a special coming up. And Bernie is the one that, man, he's really sponsoring a lot of that content, you know? And that's gonna be real good. That's real good. Cause I tagged Everett. I told him, I said, man, I gotta tag you. He's a good brother, man. He's a good brother. He really is. All right? Both of them, Bernie and him, man, they good brothers. They good brothers. Okay? But again, what are you enabling in your life? What are you enabling? You know, are you running into a lot of people that you can't trust? You know, seems like, the same person over and over again keep coming up into, man, you enabling. You going to Chicago? Oh man, that's sweet. I got to get to Chicago. My money get right. I'm going to meet him too. I'm going to meet him too. Yes, I am. I'm going to meet him too. I am. I am. I'm going to Chicago. And matter of fact, we might go live together. Yeah, that's what you should do, man. Go up there and go live together. So people can see. Man, Bernie, man, this is a good brother. He's a good brother. I'm telling you, he's a good brother. Okay, so let me address. John say there are more blacks in prison than in college because that's the way it's designed. John, if you didn't know, prison is where slavery is still legal. John, did you know that? Did you know prison is the only place in America where slavery is still legal, John? And you're going to get on here bragging. about you see the system wasn't designed for us. The welfare system told a black man, have as many babies as you want with as many different women as you want. As long as you ain't in the house overnight, we're going to get them welfare. So now you're creating generation on top of generation that's stuck in the mindset of something for nothing. And then people like you would turn around and say, black men don't want to be fathers. But the federal government incentivized black men not wanting to be fathers. Because if they was in the house overnight, their family couldn't get welfare. Did you know that, John? Did you know that, John? I don't think you did. Because if you did, you wouldn't be spouting. Man, I done met the judge. I met a producer that did a documentary on a judge that had prisons to pipeline to prison. You see, and it's still that way. See, back in the day, the police, the judge, everybody made money off of black folk going to prison. Did you know that, John? You probably didn't. They were paid to lock black people up. So some mindsets have never been challenged, John. Okay? They haven't been challenged. And unfortunately, little dick motherfuckers like you don't do no research. Yeah, I said little. See, normally I'd be talking about something else, about how you're acting. But you, I'm telling you, you got a little dick, motherfucker. Come up in here with that bullshit like somebody's supposed to be impressed. You're on the wrong playground, man. You're on the wrong playground. Come up here with that bullshit. Talking about more black. Yeah, because it's designed to be that way. Because that's where slavery is still legal. And you ain't going to put no white man in a position where they have to end up being slaves, John. That's why. Now, what else you got? What else you got? Bring it on up in here. Otherwise, take your little dick and go somewhere. Matter of fact, let me look and see who you are. You probably can't even go live. Come up here talking that bullshit. Probably can't even go live. Let me see how many. Let me see how many. Let me go to your channel. Dominic. You ain't been here but 20 since 2024. And you want to come up here like you swinging big dick. Come on, man. Lauren say prisons generate profit for the wealthy corporations, no matter the color. Welfare is designed to be profitable to the big corporation. Yes, it is. That is absolutely true. But we have had a pipeline to prison. That's why a lot of these young folk, man, that's running around here with their pants hanging down, they already know where they're going. They done already designed the system for them. Because they know they ain't going to want to be nothing because they don't have an education. All they going to have to do, all they can do is turn to crime. That's the disadvantage of not having an education because you ain't got what you got to turn to. And it's this kind of ignorance that people keep enabling in their life because they don't want to learn nothing different. See, they just want to take what the media is feeding them without really doing any research. And that's the problem. But again, what are you enabling in your life that you ain't happy with? What is it? What is it? That you are enabling it because you are allowing, even if it's a dependence, whether it's drugs or sexual, You're allowing that to exist. You are the one until you make up your mind that you no longer want to deal with that. Ain't nothing gonna change. TC, too much to ask. You know what? I got you, man. I'll start back this Saturday, Bernie. I'll start back this Saturday, brother. I'll start it back this Saturday. I will start it back this Saturday. I certainly will. I ain't blaming nobody. I'm just stating facts to you. I'm just stating facts. I ain't blaming nobody. But Bernie, I will bring back Saturday in Proverbs, man. I will. Cause this might be a good time for people to need something like that. This might be a great time. You know, this I think you might be on to something, man. Okay? You might be on to something. Let me see who this is. Um uh, here we go. This is how we do you. Okay? How you gonna come over here and tell me what I'm doing on my life? Get out of here. Yeah, Bernie, I will, man. I'll bring back Saturday in Proverbs. I will bring it back. I will bring it back. And you know, depending upon because you know I'm getting ready to launch my website. So I'll take it to the end of the year. I'll do that. I'll do that for you, Bernie. Okay. Uh, why don't you send me an Ethiopian Bible? Hey, send me an Ethiopian Bible. You know, you want me to do it like that? Send me one. Doggone it. Shoot. That's how we'll fix that. See, you come up here and tell me, make sure I use one. You should have said, hey, look, how can I send you an Ethiopian Bible so you can use that? See, that was the correct way to do that. You know, if you want me to use one, say, man, I'll send you an Ethiopian Bible. Where to send it to? That's how you do that. Yeah, but come in here and tell me, make sure what I use, man. Nah, I'm gonna use what I got, what I've been using, and that's what I'm gonna do. See, see, the book of Proverbs was written by King Solomon, the wisest man ever, and no man will be as wise as King Solomon. Okay, and there are 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs, chapter for every day of the month. When there are not 31 days in the month, just keep reading until you catch up. All right, like today is the 10th. Okay, so if you wanna start today, man, you would go to the 10th chapter. Matter of fact, let's see what the 10th chapter is talking about. This is I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this since Bernie asked me. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is grief to his mother. Okay, a wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is grief of his mother. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. See, when you live a righteous lifestyle, man, you ain't taking advantage of nobody. You ain't hurt nobody. You ain't cheating or stealing from nobody. When you live a righteous lifestyle. Verse 3, the Lord will not allow the righteous soul to famish, but he cast away the desire of the wicked. Listen, the Lord will not allow the righteous soul to famish, but he cast away the desire of the wicked. So that means when things hit the fan, because you live a righteous lifestyle, man, God gonna protect you. Okay? He gonna protect you. Verse 4. He who has a slack hand becomes poor, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. He who gathers in the summer is a wise son. He who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. That's a lazy bone, a lazy person that we talking about. Don't have no initiative to get up and do nothing. Okay? Verse 6, blessings are on the head of the righteous, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. Nothing but destruction. Okay? That's all wicked people are concentrating on is destruction. The memory of the righteous is blessed, but the name of the wicked will rot. Okay? The memory of the righteous is blessed, but the name, see, when and that means when you dead and gone, either people gonna talk about what a good person you were or what an ass you were. Just one of the two. When people remember you, they're gonna either remember you with some respect or some regret. Okay? Those are the only two choices. Verse 8. The wise in heart will receive command, but a prating fool will fall. See, when I do this, I like to also give definitions because I don't want to assume that people know what prating. Definition: prating is the act of talking excessively, foolishly, or at great lengths about trivial matters. Prating, the act of talking excessively, foolishly, or at great length about trivial matters. And it says, the wise in heart will receive command, but a prating fool will fall. Verse 9, he who walks with integrity walks securely, but he who perverts his way will become known. Okay, he who walks with integrity walks securely. Man, that's when you say what you mean and mean what you say. When you walk with integrity, you ain't saying one thing and saying and doing something different. Okay, that's not the case with you. Um, verse 10. He who winks with the eye causes trouble, but a prating fool will fall. There it is again. Okay. Uh, thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Verse 11. The mouth of the righteous is a well of life, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. See, when you're a wicked person, man, God can't bless you. When you wicked, God can't bless you. Period. Okay? Ain't no blessings coming when you're a wicked person. And that's what a lot of people don't know. Hatred, this is verse 12. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sin. Hatred stirs up strife. That means somebody is throwing some stuff back in your face. Okay? That's exactly what it means. When hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sin. See, love is what's going to give you another chance. Love is what's going to give you some understanding. But hatred, nah. Verse 13. Wisdom is found on the lips of him who has understanding, but a rod is for the back of him who's devoid of understanding. See, a lot of people don't real man. There is let me show you something. There are a lot of blessings that come. This is Proverbs chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and that means knowledge. That's the principal thing. Get the knowledge. And in all you're getting, get understanding. That's how to apply it. Have you heard the okay, Bernie, thank you, man. I'm gonna start this Saturday, man. I promise you. Okay? I promise you. I started this Saturday. Listen, exalt her and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. She will deliver you just by exalting understanding. So people can get what you're saying. Okay? Verse 14. Wise people store up knowledge, but the mouth of fools is near destruction. Verse 15. The rich man's wealth is a strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of righteousness leads to life. The wages of the wicked to sin. He who keeps instruction is in the way of life, but he who refuses correction goes astray. And look at all these young kids, man, that you can't tell them nothing. Okay? And they go astray. Oh, that's old school. Yeah, it is. And then when you run into that brick wall, you're looking for some sympathy. Verse 18. Whoever hides hatred has lying lips, and whoever spreads slander is a fool. Verse 19. In the multitude of words, sin is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is wise. That means he who shut up. You can't see, you don't need to people don't only way people gonna know what you know is when you start opening up your mouth. That's when they gonna know just who you are, just how intelligent you are when you start talking. But if you shut your mouth, they don't know what you know. Verse 20. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver. The heart of the wicked is worth little. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of wisdom. You know, now that I'm sitting here thinking, since we in the troubled times that we are in, maybe I'm gonna start reading this every day to help people out. Maybe that's what I'll start doing. Is reading Proverbs every day, so that people can. You might get a found. It might be the today might not be it, but tomorrow might. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing, man. Cause we getting ready to head into, and I know this work. I know it works. I've seen it. I've seen it work in my own family. So I know Proverbs work. I've seen it in my own family. Okay? I've seen it in my own family. Verse 22. The blessings of the Lord maketh one rich, and he has no sorrow with it. The blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he ain't gonna add no sorrow to that. You know, I remember when I was going to this church, man, and people would always, man, look how the Lord blessed me. I was guilty. I got me a new car and he ended up getting it repossessed. That wasn't from God. That was not from God. You know, people get houses. Tell me, look how the Lord done blessed me, and then get foreclosed. And it says here, the blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Okay? When the Lord bless you, ain't gonna be no sorrow with it. Because it's probably gonna be paid off. When he bless you, it's probably gonna be paid off. Somebody step into you, hey man, you know, Lord put this on my heart to do this for you. He just like, man, I remember when I first bought my limo. I got fired from Metro and I couldn't go to church and I wasn't tripping because I still got my CDL. And I said, man, I'm going to church and serve. That's what I'm gonna do. Because when I was working, I couldn't go to church. So now that I got the time, so rather than sitting down sulking, man, let me get in church and start serving, keep my mind busy. And this guy came, Phil Mathis, man, may he rest in peace, came up and say, man, I like the way you serve, and I want to help you. Go, he gave me an address over in Alexandria. Said, go and look at this car. He said, you got to walk around down to the garage, but just go back there and look at this car. And next Sunday, let's talk. I went down there. It was a 1996 Fleetwood Cadillac, the last year of the big body with 6 doors. Garage kept 21,000 miles. And when I looked at the car, I went back. I said, Phil, man, that's a limo. He said, that's all I got. He said, but I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell it to you for $5,000. That's what I'll do. I'll sell it to you for $5,000. And he gave me this man's name and said, call this guy up and tell him I said, finance this car for you. Okay? And I had $500 in my pocket right there in church. I said, you know what, man? I'm going to step out on my faith. I said, I was selling t-shirts. I said, I got $500 here. And I'm going to give you this money. And I'm going to step out on my faith. Didn't know where the tax was coming from, where I was going to get the money for the insurance, nothing. The next day, a letter came in the mail from the credit union. And it wasn't a long side, it was one of these short letters like this, right? Shoot, I took that letter, man, threw it in trash. I wasn't interested in hearing nothing from them. And the Spirit of God said, you better look in that one. Now, open that letter up. Man, there was a check in that envelope for $3,700 from a class action lawsuit that I was a part of, and I didn't know nothing about it. And it was one of them things where if you cash this check, that's it. Shoot. Man, I went and cashed that check, and that's how I got my insurance and my tags, but that's how I got started. That's exactly how I got started. That's how I got started, man. Sure did. Okay? And still got it. Need some work. I need a lot of work on. I'm going to get it restored, but I still got it. And that's the only vehicle people are like, man, you want to sell that? No, man, that's the only thing my late mom rode in that I own. Verse 23, to do evil like it's a sport to a fool, but a man of understanding has wisdom. The fear of the wicked will come upon him, and the desire of the righteous will be granted. When the whirlwind passes by, the wicked is no more, but the righteous have an everlasting Foundation. See, when that whirlwind come, man, and you live a righteous lifestyle, you plan it. Okay? You ain't moving, you ain't gonna panic. You're gonna be able to weather the storm. But that wicked, man, they're gonna fold their camp and run. Verse 26. As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the lazy man to those who sin him. Okay, let me read that again. As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is a lazy man to those who sin him. Verse 27. The fear of the Lord prolong days, but the years of the wicked will be shortened. Verse 28. The hope of the righteous will be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. Verse 29. The way of the Lord is strength for the upright, but destruction will come to the workers of iniquity. Let me give you the definition of iniquity. Let me give you that definition. Iniquity. Iniquity refers to gross injustice, deep wickedness, or a wicked act. Ain't no good. When it says the way of the Lord is strength for the upright, but destruction will come to the workers of iniquity. Iniquity, gross injustice. I mean, you cheating people. You taking advantage of folks. You're not honest with people. That's iniquity. Okay? And you will be destroyed. It's just that simple. Verse 30. The righteous will never be removed, but the wicked will not inhabit the earth. Now you see why it's so important how you live, how you treat people. Now you see why that's so important. Because it says the wicked, the righteous will never be removed, but the wicked will not inhabit the earth. Verse 31. The mouth of the righteous bring forth wisdom, but the perverse tongue will be cut out. Let me give you the definition of perverse. Because I don't want to take it for granted. Perverse describes behavior that is stubbornly unreasonable, contrary to accepted standards, or intentionally wrong. Okay? Behavior that is stubbornly unreasonable, which means you can't talk to that person. You can't tell them nothing. They know everything. They got all the answers. Okay? They got all the answers because they won't listen. They're unreasonable. Verse 32. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked, what is perverse. Because they're always attracted to drama. They always got a lot of confusion, deception, revenge. Okay? That's how that works. So what I'm gonna start doing, because man, we headed into some difficult times. And let me tell you something. When you start chaos, thank you. When you start reading Proverbs every day, no matter how much you read it, you always gonna see something that you didn't see before. You always gonna have a revelation about something that you didn't see before. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So since we coming up to we getting ready to head into some difficult times. We really are. And I think this just what I'm gonna start doing rather than just waiting for every Saturday. Man, just start reading it every day. Just start reading it every day and see what the Lord reveals. And tomorrow, man, that's that tomorrow is the day my grandmama died. And to show you how how crazy life is. My my best friend. What I mean, I've been knowing this girl 49 years. 49 years at least. Maybe 50 now. And uh, she used to always ask me, man, how your grandmama doing? And tomorrow is her birthday as well. My grandmother died on her birthday. Okay? You can be on whatever train. Man, I'm on God's train. That's whose train I'm on. I'm on God's train. And you can be on Trump train if you want to. I'm on God's train. That's that's the train I'm on. You can be on any one you want. But see, you can't pray to Trump. Well, some of y'all try. some, some, some of y'all do be praying to him. Okay? But I'm gonna start reading, man. Proverbs every day. And prayerfully, some people will be helped. Prayerfully, you know, uh, some people will be enlightened, and they will see some things and understand some things that they didn't know. Now, um, I'm gonna read this out of the Message Bible as well. Verse 1: Wise son, glad father; stupid son, sad mother. Ill-gotten gains get you nowhere, and an honest life is immortal. God won't starve an honest soul, but he frustrates the appetites of the wicked. Sloths make you poor, diligence bring wealth. Make hay while the sun shines, that's smart. Go fishing during harvest, that's stupid. See, in other words, when it's time for harvest and you out doing something else, then your crop is being ignored. Okay? Blessings accrue on a good and honest life, but the mouth of the wicked is a dark cave of abuse. A good and honest life is a blessed memorial. A wicked life leaves a rotten stench. A wise heart takes orders. An empty head will come unglued. Honesty lives confident and carefree, but shifty is sure to be exposed. An evasive eye is a sign of trouble ahead, but an open face-to-face meeting results in peace. The mouth of a good person is a deep life given well, but the mouth of the wicked is a dark cave of abuse. Hatred starts fights, but love pulls a quilt over the bickering. You'll find wisdom on the lips of a person of insight, but the short-sighted needs a slap in the face. The wise accumulate knowledge, a true treasure. Know it all, talk too much, a sheer waste. The wealth of the rich is their bastion, but the poverty of the indigent is their ruin. The wage of a good person is exuberant life. An evil person ends up with nothing but sin. The road to life is a disciplined life. Ignore corrections and you're lost for good. When can't nobody tell you nothing. Okay? When you ignore correction, can't nobody tell you nothing. Okay? Thank you, man. Liars secretly hoard hatred. Fool openly spreads slander. The more talk, the less truth. The wise measure their words. Okay? The speech of a good person is worth waiting for. The blabbler of the wicked is worthless. The talk of a good person is rich far from many, but chatterboxes die of an empty heart. God's blessing make life rich. Nothing we can do improve on God. An empty-headed thinks mischief is fun, but a mindful person relishes wisdom. The nightmares of the wicked come true. What the good people desire, they get. When the storm is over, there's nothing left of the wicked. Good people, firm on their rock foundation, aren't even phased. That means, but when adversity hits you, you don't panic. And most people, the first thing they do is panic. Okay? A lazy employee will give you nothing but trouble. It's vinegar in the mouth, smoke in the eyes. The fear of God expands your life. A wicked life is a puny life. The aspiration of good people end in celebration. The ambitions of bad people crash. See, God can't bless wrong. I don't care how much you talk about the name of Jesus. God ain't going to bless wrong. God can't bless wrong. God is solid backing to a well-lived life, but he calls into question a shabby performance. Good people last. They can't be moved. The wicked are here today, gone tomorrow. A good person's mouth is a clear fountain of wisdom. A fool's mouth is a stagnant swamp. The speech of a good person clears the air. The words of the wicked pollutes it. So that's what I'm gonna start doing is, man, I'm just gonna start reading Proverbs. Cause right now it's a lot of people out here looking for help, don't know what to do, don't know where to turn, don't even know where to start. And maybe this will help them. And see, you see how God works? You see how God works? Bernie, he I mean, man, that dude is a blessing. Say, hey man, can you do me a favor and start Saturday in Proverbs back up? And as I'm sitting here reading, God said, read it every day. Read it every day. Because every day is going to be your Proverbs. Man, Proverbs is the one book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month. 31 chapters in Proverbs. And when there are not 31 days in the month, just keep reading. until you catch up to the next day. Just keep reading. And if Solomon was the wisest man ever, and no man would be as wise, and he wrote it, then that tells you right there, man, there's something that you can get from Proverbs. There's something you can get. There's something. And I'm telling you, I know it works. I know it works. I don't even have to guess. I know it works. I know it works because I've seen it in my own family. I know it works. Okay. Uh, Bernie is somebody say, who is this? Who is this person? Let me look you up before I respond to that, because see, I got a lot of trolls be trying to set up. Okay, you've been around since 2018. Francis say, I'm sorry to say, but God hasn't done much for me yet. Maybe it's because you haven't put yourself in a position for him to do so, Francis. He woke you up. Your body's still whole. Maybe the things you want, you ain't getting because if you got it, it'll destroy you. Have you thought about that? The reason you haven't gotten, because he say, but I don't need anything from him right now. Just want my family saved. But you haven't even uh um you're not even thankful, man, for what you do have. And you want God to give you more. That's not realistic. Okay? All right? That's not realistic. Be thankful, man, for what you do have. And then he can bless you with more. But if you're ungrateful, why should he give you more? When you don't even appreciate the little bit that you do have. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. Be grateful for what you got, man. If you was thankful, you'd have never made the statement that you made. Okay? Be thankful for what you do have, man. And see, and a lot of the stuff that's going wrong in your life, you're enabling it with your attitude. Okay? Well, so why should God bless you and you don't believe in it? Let's just start right there. Okay? Let's just start right there. Why should God bless you when you don't even believe in it? See, you want God to prove something to you, but you ain't trying to prove nothing to God. That's that's come on, man. Come on. Come on. As my grandmama would say, boy, play with a lot of things, but God ain't one of them. Okay? And if you don't believe God is real, how he gonna bless you? And you don't even believe he real. How he gonna bless you? I mean, seriously. How you gonna get a blessing from God and you don't even believe he's real? You playing with yourself. It's just that simple. Okay? All right. Uh, uh That's foolishness, man. That's foolishness. That's absolute foolishness. But you don't believe he's real, but you want to see him in your life. Come on, man. Come on. Now I know I got to read Proverbs every day for people just like you. I know I got to read this every day just for people just like you, man. So maybe by the time we get to the 31st, you will believe. So maybe by the time we get to the end, you will believe there is a God because he is real, man. Trust me. I'm telling you, I'm a witness. He is real. Okay? Hey man, y'all like my new green screen? Yeah, yeah. I stumbled on this by accident because I was looking at all of these things on the side when you go live, and then I saw an arrow that pointed down. I said, let me punch this arrow down and see what pops up. And green screen pops up. And I was like, oh man, should I should I'm gonna keep this. When I take this screen down, I'm gonna be in a new place. And I'm gonna just give y'all a little quick glimpse and say, wait a minute. Where you at? Where you at? Hey, when I take this screen down, buddy, I'm gonna be in a new place. I am. I'm gonna be in a new place. I sure am. See, so so now, ooh, Francis, man, just sent me $100. This is just, oh, this is $10. It's not foolishness. I said he hasn't done anything for me, but I am open if he does some good. USA need him. Ukrainian need God, but he doesn't show up. Have a nice day. Okay. Yeah, $10. That's what it is. Thank you. Saying it's saying 100 over here. But man, that's thank you. That's the second time today I've gotten some money into my account. Second time today. Man, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But this is what I'm gonna start doing. Cause we need people are gonna need some kind of guide. They gonna need some kind of direction. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read it from the New King James Version and the Message Bible. So you can see the difference. You can get the Message Bible is like then I might just start reading it from the Message Bible. That might be what I'll do. Read it from the Message Bible. So that because it's simplified what it's saying. And maybe that's what I'll do. I'll start reading Proverbs from the Message Bible because that simplifies and I can go back and let you hear what it sounds like in the New King James Version. I think that's what I'll do. Think that's what I'll do. But like I said, there's a season for everything. And right now we getting ready to go through some stuff. And I think people will benefit. And it will always be out there for the replay viewers. It'll always be out there for the replay viewers. And I encourage anybody, like today is the 10th, man, go back from the first chapter and read all the way up until the 10th. So you can kind of get a grip of what it's talking about. And eventually you're gonna start seeing this word in your life. See, the thing I like about Proverbs, you don't have to go back 2,000 years. to understand what it's saying. Proverbs will show you how to live today in 2026. See, a lot of these scriptures that you read in the Old Testament and the New Testament, man, you got to go back and imagine what it was like during that time. But with Proverbs, man, Proverbs speak to you how to live today. And it has to be God's anointing that King Solomon wrote Proverbs and is still relevant no matter what time frame you in. It's still relevant. You can see different phases of your life when you start reading Proverbs. You'll see different people that have come and gone in your life when you start reading Proverbs. That's how deep that book is. Okay? Man, thank y'all. Uh thank you for giving me the attention. Thank you. And tomorrow we'll start on chapter 11 of Proverbs. Okay? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live during the day and talk about whatever it may be, and then just do Proverbs at night so people can have something to sleep on. Thank you, man. I gotta give Lauren, um, I gotta give her a shout out, a special shout out, cause I made her a moderator, man, and she really has done an outstanding job, and that too is for this year, 2026. That's my biggest supporter right there for 2026. That woman right there is my biggest supporter, followed behind Bernie and Jefferoni are tied, and that ain't gonna be long. Bernie gonna be out. Bernie gonna be out in front of him. He'll be out in front of him soon. But them two tied. But that is my biggest supporter right there, and she do a hell of a job as a moderator, and I appreciate you, girl. I really do. Thank you, cause you add some professionalism to my life. And I just want you to know I appreciate it. Thank you. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Publicly, I want to say thank you. I appreciate it. Okay? All right, y'all. I see you.